Hi, Kevin here. Nice to see you again. Well, for me, one of life's little pleasures is scones topped with clotted cream and jam. I'm getting ready to make clotted cream. It's very easy to do. All you need is heavy cream. This is pasteurized, but not ultra pasteurized. And first step is to preheat your oven to 180 degrees Fahrenheit. So what I have here is a 2-quart gratin dish. You could use any baking dish, that as long as the dish is wide and shallow. And what you do is pour the cream. This is 16 ounces. Pour the cream to a depth of just less than 1 inch. And that's all there is to it. Put this in the preheated 180 degree Fahrenheit oven for 12 hours. And it's 6:15 in the evening right now, so I will come back tomorrow morning and I'll show you the finished clotted cream. Okay, it's one day later. It's actually 6:30 in the morning. I'm barely awake. But I wanted to show you the clotted cream. As you can see, the cream developed this beautiful golden crust while it was in the oven for 12 hours. It smells like ice cream, or maybe it smells like creme brulee. Anyway, it smells terrific. I'm going to let it cool to room temperature for 30 minutes, and then I will cover it with cling film and pop it in the refrigerator for about 4 hours. All right, I've scraped the clotted cream into this bowl, and I wanted to show you how much cream did not become clotted, about 1/4 cup. And I will be using this cream in the cream scones that we're going to make in just a bit. And what you want to do is stir the clotted cream really well, and if a spoon stands upright in the bowl, you'll know your clotted cream has properly thickened. All right, we'll come right back and make the scones. So the scones I'm making are the same ones that I had at Kensington Palace in London. My friend Harold was Princess Margaret's butler, and whenever we were in London, he would invite us to afternoon tea. And he always served scones and clotted cream and finger sandwiches and some smoky type of tea. I can't remember the name of the tea. Anyway, the scones and the clotted cream, were just heavenly. And the scones are not difficult to make. I'll be using my little food processor here to cut the butter into the flour. What I have is 2 cups or 250 grams of all-purpose flour. And to the flour, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of baking powder. I'm also going to add 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar, and a pinch of salt, about 1/4 teaspoon. Then pop the lid on and just pulse a couple of times. That's just to combine the ingredients. Then we're going to add, where's my butter? Hang on, my butter is in the refrigerator. Yeah, I cut up 6 tablespoons of butter earlier and put it in the refrigerator just to keep it cold, because you want the butter to be cold. This is 6 tablespoons of diced unsalted butter. And just scatter this over the flour. I'm keeping my eye on the camera monitor so that you see what I see. On with the lid. And then I'm going to pulse this about 5 times just to break up the butter. Let's have a look. Yep. Looks good. What you're aiming for is a coarse meal. Something that looks sort of like oatmeal. Alright, now pour the flour and butter mixture into a bowl. This is a large mixing bowl. And then we're going to make a well in the center of the bowl. And add 1 cup of heavy cream. If heavy cream is too rich for you, you could use half and half or just plain milk. And this does include some of the cream that came from the clotted cream. And then stir just to moisten all of the flour. Okay, this looks good. Now I'm going to put some flour on my work surface. Spread it about. I probably put too much flour on here. Definitely put too much flour on the board, but too late to fix that now. And then pour the dough onto the board. Scrape off the spoon. And then want to form this into a rough ball. Yeah, just gather the bits of dough into a ball. And then I'm going to move this excess flour out of the way. And then we have to knead this. We move you down. We want to flatten it and then knead it, about 5 or 10 times just to create a workable dough. We're not making bread here, so this is not a difficult job at all. It's just a messy job. You don't want to over-knead because, well, then you'll end up with hockey pucks instead of scones. Okay. This looks like a workable dough. Get this excess flour out of here. Then we're going to roll this out to a 1/2 inch thick circle. Flatten first to get started. These are going to be very flaky. I can see the bits of butter in the dough. And if you can see the bits of butter, you know you will have very tender, flaky scones. Remember, when you're rolling out any kind of pastry dough, you always start at the center and then roll to about 1 inch from the edge. Okay, then we can start cutting out the scones. Okay, I will be making 2-inch diameter scones, so I'm using a 2-inch diameter biscuit cutter here. What you do is dip the biscuit cutter into flour so that the scone dough doesn't stick, or so we hope. And then cut out rounds. Oh, there's my oven. Preheat your oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Probably should have mentioned that earlier. And then put the scones on either a Silpat or parchment-lined baking sheet. Dip into flour and then cut. There. You want to space these, an inch and a half or 2 apart. Okay, I have 9 scones so far. Now I'm going to gather this dough into a ball, press it out, and once again roll it into a 1/2 inch thick circle. You may need to add a little bit of flour here. Okay, I'm going to cut these out. Okay, I have 12 scones so far. I'll bet I can get 15 or 16 from this. Yeah, I can get 15 scones. Okay, then we want to space these. I made more than I thought I would make. I had planned on 12, and now I have 15. And here they are. Okay, we're going to brush the tops with some cream. Hold on. Yeah, for the sake of browning, I'm going to brush the tops with some cream. Of course, you could use a beaten egg to glaze your scones. But cream works very well, surprisingly well, for browning. Okay, I'll finish these and then pop right back. Okay, we're all set. So these go into the preheated 425 degree oven until they puff up and brown appreciably. That will take about 15 minutes. All right, here come the scones. Ooh, they look fabulicious. I'm going to let these cool on a wire rack, and then I'm going to brew up a pot of tea, and we can have a semi-proper afternoon tea. All right, we're getting ready to enjoy our afternoon tea. All right, I've already warmed the pot. We will be having Earl Grey tea. I hope that's all right with you. Earl Grey is very fragrant. It's my favorite tea. All right, we're going to enjoy our afternoon tea with scones and clotted cream in the music room. I call it the music room because piano. Here's our tea, some strawberry jam, the clotted cream, the scones, and some sugar, just in case anyone wants it. So here's how I was taught to eat scones. So you take the scone, and then you take some clotted cream, put it on your plate, take some strawberry jam or strawberry preserves, put that on your plate. Then you take the scone, break off a piece. Look at that. It's got a beautiful crumb. And now here's the debate. You either put the clotted cream on this piece of scone first and follow it with the strawberry jam, or you do the opposite. I think one is Devonshire style, and one is Cornwall style. I'm not sure which is which. There. And then you pop this in your mouth. And oh my, this is absolutely wonderful. And then, of course, you have a sip of tea. Oh, I love Earl Grey tea. Well, I hope you will give the clotted cream and scone recipes a try. I will post links to both recipes in the description box below. Please let me know if you'd like to see more afternoon tea videos from me. Please subscribe, please tap the little bell icon, and remember to post a comment below because I really love hearing from you. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.